everybody, this is Martin here, back with another Legacy Storm video, playing Ad Nauseam Tendrils, with this build that I'm liking quite a lot. Look at it, the list here, in my sideboard, continuing along with the fun ride of Sphinx of the Final Word. I've added some Pithing Needles to supplement that against the Miracles to sort of just shore up that matchup even more and make sure that Terminus is less of an issue. I've removed the Flusterstorms as I'm no longer running top myself. And I've added a singleton Carpet of Flowers because I was at 14 cards, and that's a bit of a luxury problem, but I always like this against Delver, and so I never really seem to find any room for it. Anyways, let's see here. So we are on the draw. So I think keeping this hand is a little bit risky. I'm always a bit hesitant when I get hands that are like all gas and no business, like all mana. We have the probe and our draw step, but if they show us like land ritual, then we're like, ugh. But this hand has a lot of promise and we get to see what we're up against, so I like this. Underground Sea. Okay. Land. So like Underground Sea could mean Storm, which could mean discard, which could mean we should be playing out our LED. Having said that, we're not super dependent on LED, and I actually feel like waiting on that probe, because like we're not probing and then doing something, and so I'd rather have the information a bit further down the line. So like unless probe showed us like a non-interactive hand and then drew us a tutor, we're not really doing much this turn. I guess we could hope for a cantrip. Okay, Bloodstained Mire I think should mean Storm. I see a lot of lists run Bloodstained Mire to get the one off Swamp. I'm not doing that myself. That's because I'm running Tropical in the main and I want all my fetch lands to be able to get that post board. Okay, so we're not being killed right now. On tutor. Ponder's good. I think we probe first. You can argue to ponder and then probe. Oh, whew, I was way off. Okay, Therapy, Force, Bolt, Tarn, Taziger, Young Pyro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right. So we're like really lucky right now that they don't have a blue card to pair with their force. Like basically, winning now would be very nice because we're giving them a chance to draw either a blue card, but what is more likely, I think, maybe, I don't know, but like, no, actually, never mind. They could both draw a blue card, and then they have the third land in the Tarn, so they can go Pyromancer, Therapy, Flashback Therapy, which is really bad for us. Good news is we have, I think, a lot of looks. Like we have a Ponder, and we have fetch lands, and we have a lot of petals to get us started, so we don't need, like, we're not going to be choked on mana if we find anything. Find another LED, that's less than spectacular. Hang on, so can we win here? Right now we're at Storm 2, so LED 3, LED 4, Petal 5, Petal 6, Dark Ritual 7, Cabal Ritual 8. We ponder into the Tendrils, that's 9, and then 10. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. Cool. We win. So we draw the ponder. And we basically just need to ponder before we fetch. We could also just Dark Ritual first, but there's no real point. We don't need to crack our LEDs to get to Tendrils. This feels good. So we're up against a pretty nasty looking main deck packing Cabal Therapy Grixis Delver deck. I say Delver though, they had Tassiger, that might mean they're not on Delver. But I think we have to expect the worst. I want the Carpet, and I don't so much want the Dark Petition, because it's like, the way I look at decks with soft permission, or like blue counter-based decks in general, is like the cards that, like the bigger the card is in terms of mana cost and effect, like the harder it is to push it through the small keyhole that is like blue counter spells. That's why cards like Past in Flames that has flashback and therefore has built-in redundancy, and especially cards like Tendrils and Empty the Warrens that has the Storm mechanic, which is like the best built-in foil for counter spells, are so good in those matchups. They probably have Deathrite Shaman, which might persuade me to board out a second Past in Flames, but at the same time Past in Flames is like so good there in that matchup. So yeah, I just board like this. So, waiting on our opponent. I got a weird message from Magic Online. Your strconst is out of date. Server something something, client something something. Weird. I hope it doesn't mean we have to restart our game. Okay. I think we keep this hand. We can't go, well, depending on what we draw, we won't be able to go empty on turn one, and like the island, the basic island, is a little bit awkward there because we want like black for the ritual and then red for empty, but empty is super strong versus these guys, so and this is a solid hand. That's what we did not want to have happen. Empty becomes like a lot softer once they know how to, like that's what they're having to play around. Like when they don't know, then like there's a much higher chance of them like allowing a ritual to slip through, and then the pedal, and then that's it. Actually, then they're just locked into having tons of goblins. They shuffle. So at least they didn't have like a follow-up therapy. And we draw Past in Flames. That's mighty interesting. So like we're being pulled in two different directions. Like we want to save our artifact mana to have Storm for empty, but we also want to protect them against Cabal Therapy. So like I think it's more likely that they are missing Cabal Therapy than black mana, but it could be either way around. There's the black mana. Young Pyromancer, I guess, or Null Rod? Okay, Young Pyromancer. Could be we should have brainstormed on end step. Oof. Jeez, that's awkward. Man, if we only hit a land. Empty is also like becoming a lot worse when facing young Pyromancer. I think we're going to want to try something next turn with like a probe and a brainstorm, and then therapies or like Cabal Rituals and Fast and Flames. So we don't mind losing our tendrils. We do mind losing our Lion's Eye Diamond. And I think we can absolutely not afford to lose like 2 cards off of therapy. So, I mean, if they get therapy, we're so boned because they have young Pyromancer, so they're gonna hit twice because they know what we have. So I guess we put back 2 Cabal Ritual, and then play out the LED maybe. And then play out the LED. I like that. Okay. Magic Online is messing up. Oh, there we go. So we're at 8 cards, so we have to like discard or play out something. And I like playing out the LED because that would be a likely therapy name for them. We could get dazed. Okay, we don't. That was actually, I think I played too much into dazed there. Come on, please do not therapy me. We're super dead to a therapy. Well, I like that they're paying life here. And if they have therapy, they can't, or like if they don't get the therapy, they can't be thrilled with what we're showing them. Because we have the tendrils. I would have ideally, I think, actually, now that I'm really thinking about it, hid the tendrils. Because that's the money card. I played against sort of variations of this deck at Grand Prix Lille quite a few times, and was successful with a list very reminiscent of this. It does feel quite swingy though, like if they can just like vomit out tokens and call therapies. Okay, Snapcaster Mage. If that okay, Probe. I was going to say, if he goes for Ponder, then therapy is off the table. I'm not really sure I'm loving that play unless they have the therapy. But they've just probed me, right? Or was that not this turn? Yeah, okay. Okay, that's right, Jimmy. Yes. Okay, we could go somewhere. We're going to probe them if they probably have, like, force. Oops. Let's see. They have nothing. Oh, yes. Lovely. So I think we just win, maybe? Alright, so they have Deathrite, Probe, Tarn, Trop. Okay, so they've just not drawn any counter spells, but like all value creatures. Deathrite is obviously great against us. Okay, so now we don't know the top deck, the top card of our library. We could go, so Probe was Storm 1, so Petal is 2, Triple Ritual makes it 5, and takes us only because we don't have Threshold. So if we go like Ritual, that's 4 mana, and Storm 4. The third Ritual at Storm 5, we sack LED, so we get the Threshold. And that takes us to 7, plus 3 is 10, minus 5 is... Yeah. We don't even need to brainstorm. So we maintain priority and sack the LED for red. And the writing's on the wall for them. Yeah, they concede. Excellent. Well, that's nice and easy. Yeah, I guess not really that representative of this matchup. Like at any point during their cantripping, if they find a therapy, they probably win. They potentially also just win from having like a counter spell. I don't know, like if we probe and see force blue card, I think we brainstorm and we get these 3 cards, and they don't help us. Although we probably play out the land and then our pedal and then one of our call rituals and hope they force that and then go off next turn, but it's a lot more complicated. So, but that was nice. So Grixis Delver, I guess, although maybe can't really even say that. I didn't see any Delvers, nor did I see Wastelands or Dazes. So I guess Grixis Midrange? That's what we're going to call it, Grixis Midrange. Alright, well, thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.